Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 5th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what comes up for you. I can already tell that it's going to be a much better week for you this week, just based off of just off the first card that we have there. So I like to see that. But let's see what we have going on for you. You have the Three of Hearts, a card that I call an indicator card. To me, it doesn't mean anything, really, other than the fact that it indicates that things are moving in a positive direction. That was how I was taught to read this card, so that's pretty much how I read this card, is just a card that says things are moving forward in a positive direction. What I will say is it can say that you do feel off balance in love. So if you're single, you might feel, and even if you're not single, you might feel like there's a lack of balance. Again, I wouldn't normally say that, but you also have the Seven of Hearts, which can represent kind of internal fears that don't exist about love, having fears about love, having fears about getting into a relationship, thinking you'll never get into a relationship, having fears about your current relationship. I mean, the list goes on and on there. So definitely try to stay out of your head in regards to relationships because, again, Seven of Hearts, internal fears that don't exist. Next, you have this Nine of Clubs. Definitely take advantage of any opportunities that come your way this week. I do feel like water has a lot of opportunities right now, but I do feel like some fears and things like that could be holding us back from taking advantage of these opportunities. So don't be afraid to do things. This is also a card that says you need to stand out. I mean, definitely a Cancer thing to, have, needing to stand out, needing to put yourself in the limelight. Sometimes I feel like Cancer doesn't always want to do that. Most water signs don't, but it is a card of like needing to stand out at this time. Five of Spades, take some sort of risk. Again, for a lot of you this week, I feel like it is like a limelight situation where I feel like you have to either put yourself out there, take some sort of risk, or again, have everybody's eyes on you in some sort of way this week. And I do feel like that could be nerve-wracking. I feel like it's a different situation for all of you. Some of you, I feel like it's work. Some of you, I feel like it could be a relationship or a business. So definitely something to think about, but I do feel like it'll be worth it. Five of Spades represents taking a risk that like pays off, taking some sort of risk that gets you some sort of reward. So I would definitely do that. Seven of Hearts, we kind of talked about this, internal fears that don't exist, so definitely let those fears go. Don't hold on to those things at this time, especially in regards to love. Three of Spades, you had this card last week, I think, pretty sure. I always say, be careful of your back with this card. Just don't push yourself at this time. It is a Mars retrograde year. Sometimes I wonder if, like, Mars retrograde years kind of like the whole year almost is affected, even though we have like a couple of months before the retrograde begins, or a few months. Sometimes I wonder if that energy kind of starts early or something. I don't know. This happens this happened like 2 years ago during the retrograde. It's happening now. So definitely be careful of like exercise. Just, I would say it doesn't say don't exercise. It just says, be careful. Make sure your feet are in the right place. Make sure you're not, jerking your back or something like that. So just be careful with that. Next, Ten of Clubs. Again, more attention on you. This is a good card. It's one of my favorite in the deck. It can represent abundance and success coming to you in a lot of ways. But it can be a card of being too protective of yourself. Like, again, not wanting to take some sort of risk to put yourself out there, not wanting to kind of make yourself vulnerable. And this card does say that it would be a good time to make yourself vulnerable. That's where a lot of success can come. Also a great card for learning, so it would be a really great week for you to learn something new at this time. And finally, Nine of Diamonds. Almost everybody has had this card this week. I think it's just going to be one of those cards that comes up for everybody. It's a card of success, definitely profits, but it is a card of changes in your finances. And again, you have two nines, plus whenever I see a 9 and a 5, blessing in disguise, there's a lot of this energy this week for whatever reason. Like I said, Taurus, I think, had the blessing in disguise thing. You have the blessing in disguise thing. So, I think that a lot of people are kind of coming to realizations. That's what I would say. It's more of like a realizing this week. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a blessing in disguise. I think it's like you realize how something from the past that didn't work out is a blessing in disguise. So that's interesting as well. But looks like a really good week for you, like I said. And like I said, I think if anything, you're going to have a lot of attention in a lot of different ways. And again, that might make you uncomfortable, but definitely take the risk because I think it's worth it. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.